right, let's go ahead and switch over and talk about love after lockup. Okay. First off, we're going to talk about Monique and Derek, who appeared to be being chased the entire time. And it was just a very awkward scene, the way they kept chopping it up. I felt like I was watching Zeus Network and how they drag out a scene. And I'm like, so y'all literally going to drag this all the way to the end of the episode and then let us know that Derek kind of knew who was trailing him the whole time. So he's been keeping a secret. Basically, Derek cheating. That's the short answer. And we not surprised because that's how that typically goes over here on Love After Lockup. It's just that he got Monique thinking it was his sisters that was on their ass. And I feel like that's bold as hell that you got a chick pulling up to where you at and then got her following y'all like that too. This man is out of control. But I can't wait to find out when he reveals the tea to her. That's why he was trying to leave and go get that Uber. He didn't want her to drop him off nowhere because I think he was trying to link up with the person that was behind him. That's
Wow.
what I think. Any thoughts, Bondi? I think she stepped away.
I
You
didn't.
know,
I didn't. It was given Norbert. It was given Norbert and old girl in a car. It was stupid, and I think some girl he was messing with was chasing him.
I want to know what the girl looked like.
Agreed.
I really want to
Oh,
know.
that would be very interesting. That would be very interesting. I know I saw in a preview, but I don't know if it was for this particular season where saw two ladies fighting and they look bigger, so I don't know. I don't know if it
First
was
of
Mo
all,
or if it's
is one of the sisters
somebody else
trans?
from another season.
Is one of the sisters trans?
I thought she was, but I don't
Because
know that to be confirmed.
she looked very much fallopian tube, but sounded very much testicular. So, you know,
Oh yeah, I noticed that too.
yeah, for because I don't know how else to say that, but but bitch, I'ma say it is straight, straight to the rooter to the tutor that I can say. You know, because if you say anything else,
Listen,
they're gonna be
I got the
upset.
same vibe.
Listen,
No, I got
yeah,
the same vibe.
yeah, no, I didn't want to say she was a man. That's offensive, but I did want to say tubes versus testicles, and then we can't. There's nothing for us to argue about because it's either one or the other. And the voice was given testicles. Okay, so that's why I asked that. And then I'm gonna wonder. So y'all gonna have the sister with the testicles fighting Monique? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how I feel
Mm,
about that. She already big. I don't know. I
mm.
don't feel good. I hope that's not what happens. But either way, Monique and Derek still together, but Derek still very much gives me I'm using Monique, and Monique is giving I have low self-esteem, so I'm gonna let him.
Yeah, because we know they be getting seasons on seasons on seasons, so it's beneficial for them to stay together.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah, so he's lame. That's the short answer. And we're gonna continue to see more of them. Chris and Gabby. Gabby gets on my nerves, y'all. I swear she do. But she lied pretty much about her car being in the shop. Come to find out, she got some charges on her. So she was arrested. Car was impounded. And what kills me about her is every time she do something, she turns around and tells him the reason she did it was because he did it. And I'm like, that's not always the case though, Gabby. And then she telling him to stop yelling at her when the boy wasn't even yelling. And I'm just like, Gabby, you're unhinged. You have some things going on, okay? She says that she got some charges because it was a bar fight and she got arrested for assaulting an officer and some terroristic threats. But she says she wasn't the one fighting, it was her cousin. I feel like with Gabby and her
He
temper,
lying.
I feel like she was in there throwing hands. But
Mm-hmm.
the way she was talking
Right.
to Chris, like she didn't want to say it on camera, and her car being impounded made me think: did the cops find you in your car doing something you had no business doing for some money? I was a little confused that she didn't want to talk about that on camera at the time. It was weird.
It was given prostitution. It was given I tricked for some money. On some level, it was giving you tricked for something and got caught up, and that's why you ain't want to tell him what it was really about. But I
Mm.
also feel like he don't want to tell you that he may not have always been able to, fend off niggas. because
Come on, baby. Get into it.
sir,
Get into
sir,
it.
sir, it's giving you've had to bend it over and bust it open. And listen, it's prison. We not gonna blame you. We ain't gonna fuck over you about it or nothing like that. Listen, I ain't trying to make fun of you. It's just mere observation of the bend in your back, sir. But she ain't
Listen,
shit.
when he opened that cabinet door, I said, "Oh no,
He
ain't
was
no
about to,
way."
he was at the
The way when
stove.
he came to caress her and didn't know how to even grab it, I said, "Ain't no mother way." And you know what he strikes me as? Honestly, I feel like I don't know if this makes sense. I hope it makes sense for somebody. Okay, I feel like he's not bi.
Somebody.
I do feel like he gay.
Oh, you don't
All
even
right,
think
I really do,
that's
and I
why it's
feel
that
like he
toxic
gets a.
masculinity.
Probably that's why she got her ass beat too.
I feel like he gets a kick out of making a woman think that he's into her in that way when he know he's not. I feel like he gets a kick out of tricky because there was just something about the conversation and the dynamic between them in the kitchen and him saying, "Oh, I want to be here with you. I'm done talking to them." And I'm like, "Yeah, you might be done talking to them girls, but is you done talking to the da 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 da?" Like you're not making any sense to me. So, it's
Listen,
definitely giving he's not all here for Gabby. He's doing what he has to. He's straight for pay. Like
listen,
that's what it's giving,
Mm,
like,
mm.
so he can get this check and
listen
so
for
he'll
this
have a
show.
place to stay. Like,
Absolutely. And
that's
I'm gonna
what it
tell you
gets to
another thing.
me.
I feel like it's for I mean, listen, the truth of the matter is we live in a patriarchal society, a homophobic society. So it don't matter how many times people are, open and come out about who they really are. There's still gonna be people that are scared to be who they are. And they're gonna be living their lives in a way that is untruthful. And then whenever somebody points it
Mm-hmm.
out, everybody wants to act like you wrong for pointing it out when it's obvious and it's an issue that's affecting the overall situation. So when we circle back around to Gabby getting her ass beat, maybe we
Mm.
understand why that happened.
Y'all
Because
onto something.
listen, I think it's the same thing with Blueface and Krishan. That's why I wanted to talk about that because they had a situation where she found some shit in his phone and it seemed like it was some dudes, it was some dicks in his phone or something like that, but something with some dudes in his phone, and she felt the way, and that was, I think, one of the first times they got into like a real physical fight. Like, and we not one of the first times, probably one of the bigger times that went viral was one of them times when she had found something in his phone. And I feel like a lot of these dudes be a little bit more sexually fluid than they like to admit,
Yeah.
especially if
Uh-huh.
they've been in prison. And I think society just makes you feel like you can't really be who you are. So then you try to be in these relationships with these girls that fit a certain look. You know what I'm saying? They're beautiful or they're the hood girl, whatever. They look like y'all fit together to you. But essentially, those girls will out your shit. Those girls will find out what you got going on and use that shit against you. So yeah, it is absolutely seeming like it was a situation where she may have gotten clear on certain things and he may have felt fear that she might have outed him or said something, because like why else would you beat her up like that? She playing with him in his face hella hard during this episode and he didn't even get that mad not one time. So for me, if she got you standing outside walking in New Jersey, all of this shit, and you ain't want to beat her ass for none of that, taking your money, you still hella calm. It had to be something that triggered that response. And a lot of times
Mm.
doing shit at the same time, and the girl think it's about another girl, so she in the phone looking and see some shit she wasn't supposed to see, and getting your ass beat. I could be wrong, probably not though.
Y'all probably not.
Mm.
Y'all probably not wrong. I can see that. It's something to me about a man that is with a woman who he seemingly hates so
Mm.
much.
Yes.
And y'all on to something. Y'all on to something. That's
He
all I'm
also
saying.
said, she also said, "Happy birthday, boo."
Happy
Yeah,
Um,
happy
birthday.
birthday, Imani.
But she also said, Gabby said that he didn't give her all of that money the way he said he did. But I also feel
Mhm.
like they keep forgetting that he gave his mama money too.
His mama. Mm-hmm.
And she walking around with her designer bag catching a fucking train. And I'm just kind of like, sir, you shouldn't have gave none of that money to any of them people because they don't know what to do with
Right.
the money. But that's obvious because you didn't know what to do with the money either. So everybody thinking
What
that
a
that's the reason
dummy.
why she's so fucked up. I'm like, no, that's not it. I feel like she fucked up because she the girl that wants to play rough because it makes her parents mad or gives her, the extra rush she need in her life to make her feel like she not just living a boring life fucking around with some thug dude that's from jail. But what you find out is that them dudes don't always be what you think they are. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, and I also feel like she too scared to say anything too, because I feel like that ass whooping did what it was supposed to do. You ain't gonna say
Mm.
nothing about that shit. So yeah, I don't know, but that's what I'm feeling based on, the way shit look. It could be wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Child, I'm not heterosexual. I don't know why anybody else would, I don't know. Like, I don't assume to know.
Aries and Cameron. Aries and Cameron about to get married, child, and I hate to see it because her daughter hasn't even met this man. Then she brought him to meet some of his really sisters. I appreciate. I said, "Oh, somebody got a brain," because one of the sisters, I can't even think of her name, but one of the sisters was pretty much like, "So you finna marry this man and he ain't even met your child?" Like, I feel like I don't understand Aries and like, or Aries or whatever her name is. Like, this man just blatantly told you that he enjoys getting in trouble. Yet you're trying to move forward in a marriage. Yet you're also hesitant and not sure if he's going to slip up and mess up his probation and get himself locked up again. Well, then why would you want to
So,
lock yourself down? That's I don't.
did
I'm not.
they in earlier episodes? Did they explain the trafficking portion? Because that's what got me, was that you got a daughter, and the prisoner that you chose was there on charges of trafficking.
Probably
Now,
drugs. Because they said trafficking in possession of marijuana, which
oh,
makes
I
me
be
feel like,
forgetting you can traffic drugs.
yeah, so it's probably drug trafficking. Um, but I will say this though, he look a lot like the last nigga. Is it just me that feel like the hair is the only thing that differentiates him from the last dude, Derek? Like they look a lot alike to me. Because like
Oh
that
wow.
first episode, I couldn't tell it.
I could see them being related.
Yeah, that when I first started watching, I was like, wait, who's who? Um, but I will say this though, girl, why you said yes to him proposing in front of the prison if that's not what you wanted? Y'all gotta stop doing that shit. If a nigga proposed to you in a way that's not satisfactory, you need to feel comfortable telling him no and then telling him to try again later. Because if he really want to marry you, he gonna try again. And if he really don't, then you know it ain't for you. But don't accept no any old, yeah, don't accept no any old thing. The fuck? That was weird.
Yeah, very much so. I hate that for her, but
Mhm.
we're gonna continue to watch it and see what it's giving. Period.